Stella,
Hey,
how
so
you
So
doing?
excited. I feel like I have a really good dream from the Lord. So I'm very, very excited that you picked me. I was on an airplane, and the airplane was only for two people. The pilot was a man, and I felt like it was the Holy Spirit. And I was sitting next to him, and suddenly he opened the window and he jumped down to the earth. Now, his legs were so long that even though we were up in the sky, his legs touched his feet touched the ground. And where they landed was the most beautiful blue ocean resort. The water was so beautiful and blue, and the buildings were kind of white, like you would see in Cancun, but the water was much more vibrant. And suddenly I was there, and I was with my children, and I was telling them, wow, there's a lot of people here. And then the scene changed, and there was a white RV. And there was a lady holding a baby, and she said to me, go ahead, you could take some accessories for your daughter, like, American Girl doll accessories, even though my daughter is older now, she's 16. And the accessories were like blue and white, and there was more to the RV, but I didn't want to go further in. I felt that in my spirit, like I knew there was more to the RV, but I was like, no, I don't want to, do something I'm not supposed to do. And she was holding the baby, walking outside of the RV. I didn't know her. And she was telling me to take these accessories. And then I woke up.
Wow. What do you get, Neil?
I think I was the pilot that jumped out. I'm not sure. Okay, so you're in a plane, a two-seater plane with the Holy Spirit. But the Holy Spirit jumps out from you because he opened up a window, and was his body actually still in the plane, but his feet landed on the ground? They like stretched?
Yeah.
It's like the rubber band man?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I was like amazed. I was like, whoa. Because, I mean, his legs were so long to touch the ground.
So, but he was still flying the plane while his legs were on the ground.
Yeah, it happened. He was just there, and then he just.
Well, the open window is like a window of opportunity. It's also, when it's closed and you're looking through it, it's a window into the supernatural. And since you're already at a really high elevated place, you've got a fantastic view of what's going on down below you. So your seer's vision from that altitude is a whole lot better than it is on the ground. And when he opens the window, it's like an open window of opportunity. Just the thought of this guy jumping, and it's not really jumping, it's just he's extending his feet to the ground. So it's not really a jump, but he's still in the air, head in the clouds, feet on the ground.
Yes.
But you're still in a safe place. I mean, this little plane is taking you to wherever your destiny is, and it appears to be this paradise island. And so the next thing you know, you're on this island, and there's a lot of people there.
A lot.
Yeah. The white RV, there's a white RV and a lady holding a baby. She's not in the RV, she's outside the RV.
Yeah, and she's like pacing back and forth, holding the baby, but talking to me.
So her home is mobile. She's not fixed in any one place. And she has this younger child that's kind of like a doll, but it's not. But she offers you accessories to like American Doll babies that are white and blue. So you got a bunch of different colors here. Well, not a bunch. You got the white RV, you got white and blue accessories. Like I heard Israel with that. I don't know why.
Flag is white and blue.
What's that?
Their flag is white and blue.
Yeah.
Oh.
And you didn't explore the RV, which is white.
I was in the RV picking the accessories out. I was literally head in, and I was kind of like holding myself back from going to the front of the RV. Like that's what I really wanted to do, but I was holding myself back because I didn't want to I don't know, be like rude and, go to a place I wasn't supposed to.
So that you wanted to be the driver of that vehicle?
I don't know. I
So
just
in
wanted
some-
to go further in. I don't know if I wanted to be the driver, but I definitely knew there was like a further front part of it. And, I had this curiosity that I wanted to go further, but I'm like, nah, the lady's right there walking around. She's nice, giving me these accessories,
Well, the white is a color of purity, like we talked with the previous dreamer, and the idea of exploring inside a recreational vehicle, that it's sort of a vehicle of destiny for this lady, but your desire is to explore. An RV, I also heard revelation. So you want to explore further into this house, this kind of unusual house, and explore the uniqueness of it and see what you can find in there. It's like you're Indiana Jones of the RV. And what you're allowed to take, you can take whatever you want of the accessories for the dolls. So things for your, gifts for your children. I think these gifts that they're talking about that you're going to pass on to your children are not just gifts. They're not material gifts. You're going to pass on to them the gifts that you have to your children. And this lady is helping you understand what your gifts are and what you can have. It's like, here's the banquet. The banquet's laid out before you. I've got all these gifts for you, Stella. Jesus is saying, ask me for anything and I'll give it to you. And you in turn are going to use it and pass it on to your children. But for whatever reason, you didn't explore further in, but you did get the accessories, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. So, I mean, you will either have or receive these gifts that you're going to pass on to your children. You're going to use them yourself too, but you're going to be the mama that's going to pass them on to them. So, John, what'd you get?
Well, I thought it was interesting, the plane theme, obviously. The idea of, which some have said, the idea of literally bringing heaven to earth, and what you mentioned about the Holy Spirit. I also thought the juxtaposition of white and blue, a lot of times you hear black and blue, which isn't good, or you hear black and white, which is like, it represents the idea of truth. It's the idea of, but it's typically polarizing. You think of what just the words black and white have meant in American culture, and so it's the idea of one is right, the other one is not different, but wrong, or dark and light. It represents the idea of opposites. Whereas if you look at white and blue, they both represent truth, but one is revelation and one is like illumination. So it's the idea of truth and revelation versus right versus wrong. So I believe it's interesting because it's the idea of discovery. It's the idea of, a recreational vehicle, right? It's the idea of going out to discover, hit the road kind of a thing. The RV was white, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so was the plane.
And so was the plane.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And the buildings around the water, which was so beautiful, were all like, it was just white and blue also. I guess all the colors were white and blue.
That's Greece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Greece?
Yeah, I'm from Greece.
Yeah, that's Greece. What you're describing is Greece.
Okay, I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to say anything
Now,
because
when you said the buildings were white and blue, that's Greece. I can see it clearly.